Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at APT, Aptos, seeing what's going on here. I got a lot of requests for this one here recently because obviously it spiked up a good 20% in a short amount of time. It's just one of those typical liquidity grabs, which is great. So I know there's a lot of communities out there that did very well buying in this zone here, and that's awesome. So keep up the good work. I'm super happy for you. I know a few of our members also did so as well, and they're the ones that were asking for me to go ahead and kind of dive into this, kind of see what's going to happen because a lot of times when this occurs, there's specific ranges in which the price will consolidate and potentially break through resistance levels. So we'll talk about that. If you're new to the channel, again, thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you learned something here today. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site. Link down below. We have a summertime sale. Be sure to check that out. You can lock in your rate for the lifetime of your membership. Really awesome stuff. Only available in the month of August. So when we take a look here at APT Aptos, what we want to look at, a few key factors, of course, just the standard indicators that kind of give us a baseline of what's going on. We have a MACD convergence. It really helps us understand we're on the right side of the tracks now. So if the price does continue to pull back, it'll likely be to this most recent high working as a new low. So $7.20 roughly should be a new bouncing point if the price were to pull back that far. I like to emphasize the word if it pulls back that far. It may not, but there's a likelihood of that. And the main reason why I say that is because a lot of times when we have significant price action like this, the price will pull back to the most recent halfway point, basically 0.5 of Fibonacci, which puts us right at 720. Coincidentally, that's the most recent high. It should work as a new low. Okay, so again, keep that in mind. That'd be a great entry target to shoot for right around 720 for the next leg up. Again, if there is going to be one, but we have a convergence in the MACD. We broke through 50 in the RSI. Stochastic RSI is telling us we're in good shape here to get that long entry in. So all in all, pretty good situation here for Aptos. Now again, does it mean you just go hard right now and just jump right in because of that? No, the price should pull back a little bit further before it legs up again if it were to. If it doesn't leg up, it'll probably consolidate closer to the previous high here at about 670, 680 range as a worst case. But again, there's a lot of liquidity down there, and this fair value gap has been filled. So keep that in mind. That does tell us that the price action may not stick around for too much longer, just as a potential reality. But again, we're above some key levels here. If we take a look at the moving averages, we're above the 50 and the 20. Really important stuff, okay? And we got a lot of range between now and the 200-day SMA as well. So good stuff there for Aptos. So I like what I see here so far. It looks fairly bullish. If it were to pull back, I would say 720 should be a worst case scenario, at least initially, because 0.382, 0.5, and 0.618 are common Fibonacci retracement levels when the price jumps up like this. And it would make more sense for a consolidation at 0.5, the previous high, okay? Taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see here, of course, not a lot of price action as far as like specific ranges, but right now for the moment, 0.5 and 0.382, that 720 to 737 range is likely for the price action to consolidate in that area. Okay, it makes sense for it to pull back like it has so far. We take a look at the RSI, price is overextended, should come back down in the relative near future, but at this point, with it being up over 70, we can expect the price action to kind of maintain itself. A lot of times folks will try to buy, or basically sell as soon as the price hits 70 on the RSI. It's always recommended for the price to pull back down to that level first, because you do miss out a lot of price action if you got out too early. Okay? Again, just friendly advice there, but bottom line, convergence on the MACD is still looking pretty good there as well. So there's really a lot of good signs here on Aptos to let us know that we're in pretty good shape. Obviously, a tremendous amount of volume. Take a look at the simple moving averages. We're above all three on the 4-hour, and that's positive as well. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and draw out a trend line here, kind of just give us perspective on where we're at there for the moment. And we'll also look at this ascending trend here too, to see if this can continue to hold. So we'll just pay attention to these lines here later, kind of see here roughly what that looks like. Because again, for this ascending trend to continue, we want to make sure we don't break below that. So again, this is the area in which the price should consolidate and leg up. That's a very common characteristic in retracement patterns here, to bounce off the most recent high, using that as a new support level moving forward. All right, look at the 1 hour. Obviously, this is an unhealthy continuation, as I like to call it. It's not like a stepping stone leg up thing. There's a tremendous amount of volume, of course. It is starting to taper off, but that's fairly standard. Once again, the key is to build a volume profile at this range. So if we kind of look at the amount of volume we have here so far, there's a tremendous amount below us. But look at how much volume we see in this one range so far. Like, that is a lot of volume considering the price action just broke out. So we went from very low volume to instant high volume at these two ranges. So that's a very good sign in the overall sense of things. It does tell us that sustainability at this range could be very, very beneficial, or more so just we're much more likely for the price action to stay at this area and not pull back dramatically, at least not much further than this current range we're in right now. So 7.2 to 7.37 is the likely range here, but again, it could very well continue higher. I would say that at this point, with where we're at, it's best to expect the worst and hope for the best. So oftentimes for me, situations like this, I'll set an alert to see if we can get that dip in there, because I really don't like buying overextended prices. But once again, it could very well run. You got to recognize that there's this amount of volume in these ranges here tells us the price could continue to go higher. So I would be very careful shorting right now. I'm much more long biased on this coin for the moment. But once again, we got to wait and see kind of what's going on. So for me, I like to be patient, kind of wait it out and wait for the confirmational signs we're looking for. And it'll take a little while for us to find those, again, in this situation here. So again, if you're a ambitious trader and you want to just jump in, feel free. I think there's more likelihood for the price to continue higher in the overall sense of things based on the amount of volume we're seeing here. But you got to keep in mind that volume dissipates, the whole story changes, all right? So again, still a little too early to tell. Just be cautious and careful, of course. I would just recommend situations like these, low leverage, low position sizes. I know there's some communities out there that are going really, really hard. And again, it's okay if you do. Just if you have a small position, it's much more worthwhile. A lot of folks will 200x and they'll use like $1 or $2. So again, it's all good, well and good, but try not to overdo it and just get crazy. This isn't gambling. This is trading. You treat it like a business, you're going to get that kind of result. Okay? Just some friendly advice there over the last 18, 19 years of trading. I can tell you I've learned a thing or two, and the gambling mentality works for a short time, but there's no long-term duration there. I hope that makes sense for you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll go ahead and cover this again here soon. Likely going to keep an eye on this here in the relative near future, just because I get so many requests for it. We'll try to keep this on the radar. I do appreciate you watching. If you can, help us grow our Twitter community here, of course, as well as, of course, becoming a community member over on our Discord. We got some really awesome profits that we're taking here. Yesterday was a nice day for Solana and OMG. And previous to that, if I recall correctly, we had a very strong, 30% from Bake in 12 hours. Oh, there we are. 85% from API 3 in only 8 hours. So we're catching some pretty good candle wicks too. Unfortunately, Aptos wasn't on my radar, but it is definitely now, and we'll see what happens next. Thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.